morning. Baby kitty. Baby kitty. Baby kitty, kitty, kitty. Good morning, everybody. How are you this morning? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Hi, baby. And Buford, because Buford I can't touch one animal and not Buford, right? So Buford's right here, crawling up under my behind. Okay, that's enough. We can't do that now. I do have the squirt bottle. Good morning. How are you this morning on this lovely morning here in Ohio? It might be raining. It might be raining. I was going to go out this morning and work in flower beds because it's like the thing to do, right? That's the thing to do is work in the flower beds. So I was going out to go do that this morning at 7 o'clock in the morning because Buford decided I needed to be out of bed. And it was raining. And I was like, well, Hill. Sam Hill, now what do I do? So I had to find other things to do, which is not a problem because I'm working on Oracle boards and I was outside drilling holes in Oracle boards, making mistakes. But where do we learn? We learn within the mistakes, don't we? Always, every day, in every way. So let's pull a card for today. That's what I want to start with. Good morning. Good morning. I love you. Good morning. Let us pull a card and give us a topic to talk about. We had a tornado drop behind our house the other day. And we were in the bathroom watching it out the back window because that's what you do. You watch the tornadoes. Today's topic, good morning, is about awareness. And I want to say that it's not actually the being aware, it's the lack of awareness. This is the card that came up. Beautiful deck of cards, one of my favorite decks of cards. And it's also very reversed, right? And that card is very reversed. So awareness. And this is about, okay, pull two more. Okay, thank you. Cats are going crazy. I can hear them running all over the place. Yeah. This is a really good pull this morning. Good morning. Good morning, Pam Stewart. Good morning, Teresa. This is about the lack of awareness, actually. This is about how many of us just stumble through life as how we've been taught through generational learning, which, by the way, don't go through beating people against the rocks about generational learning, our parents and our grandparents and all that, because you know what? This is all learned behavior that we have picked up over and over and over and over again. It's not just our parents or our grandparents or aunts, uncles, whatever. It is something that has been ingrained in us from hundreds of years ago, hundreds, if not thousands of years ago, where we started to learn how to survive. So what's really sad, though, is the things that were really, really important that helped us thrive as humans were trained out of us. Do you know that? The things that helped us thrive in the beginning as humanity, as we first started walking upright, have been trained out of us. Good morning, LaRonda. How are you? Could you imagine early man, right? Walking around, eating berries and croaking. Okay. Not the right kind of berry. It might not have been the right kind of plant that day. Hi, Kathleen Lynn. Good morning. So this is where shamanism comes in. This is where getting close to our guides came in. That was the shaman's job, was to get in there and really talk to the other side and figure out what were the things that they could eat and what they couldn't eat, right? And trial and error. So You have a bunch of people running around eating berries they probably shouldn't be eating, and they're trying to figure out how to move forward and how to survive. It's really, really what it was doing, what people were doing at that time, because they were just trying to survive, right? Not get eaten by whatever was bigger in the food chain at the time. So this is where our generational learning started. This is where our learning, our ancestral learning started, right? Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Isis. So we're talking about our lack of awareness today and how it has come about. So back in that time, people were much more in tune with the other side than we are. Now, that is not to say that there are not groups of people. What do we go? There are not groups of populations of people that are not in tune. I guarantee you there are whole groups of population that still abide by some of the tenets that they learned through their learning, through their ancestors, and they're much more in tune than, say, we are, because we have so many other things that have stepped into the line of that. So people that populations that were assimilated into what we consider modern society later than others are going to be more in tune than us. Okay. And that's not saying that not everybody's running around. The spiritual people aren't in tune. That's not what I'm saying here. But what I am saying is we were taught to be less aware. We were taught to step away from. I got to see Meredith Reed and Jansen in the store yesterday, you guys. They popped in. It was awesome. But we've been taught to be less aware. And there's a reason for that. And it's may not be a popular opinion, and you know what, whatever. But the division between humanity and spirit makes populations easier to control, easier to guide, easier to move in the direction of what the controlling body feels is best for people. It's the truth. If you have a bunch of free thinkers, they're much more difficult to navigate with than if you have people that just follow. So if you create the division and you have people that are willing to listen to you rather than their own gut, they're going to follow you easier, right? Can everybody agree with that? Can I get a hand raise or a yes or oh my God, holy crap, that's modern civilization. Right. And how do you do this? Good. This is a great poll this morning. How do you do this? You do it through faith. Good morning, everybody. You do it through faith. Either total faith, jumping in both feet forward, or lack of faith. There is no middle ground here. It is one or the other. You are either going to be and you can see this, and I'm not slamming religion. I was raised Catholic. I love Catholic. I was at a memorial service the other day, and we were doing the Lord's Prayer, and I realized just how much I love that Lord's Prayer. I don't know why that particular. I think of a priest past life or something, but you have people that either can be the people that knock on your door and you hide because you don't want to hear a sermon on a Wednesday, or you don't want to hear a sermon on a Thursday of somebody coming into your home to do this, right? Or you have the people that don't believe at all. Now, we have our middle ground where we don't have to go to church to believe, but we still have faith, right? But you don't have to be polarized one side or the other. You can be that beautiful middle ground and allow everybody to be happy, right? But I don't know. Good morning, everybody. So the lack of awareness that we stumble through life with as humans now has taken us away from faith, the faith that there's something on the other side. Let's narrow it down to that particular faith and belief, that there's something on the other side. Who can agree with me that there's something on the other side? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Renee Shellum. Good morning, Priscilla. Good morning, Deborah. Chelsea and Lori. I'm going to get a romper room thingy, right? So and there's many of us on here. Good morning, Janet, that are intuitives that talk to the other side. Whether you realize you're an intuitive or not, you are. That I laid down, and I had somebody in yesterday at the shop, and she's like, I had the best thing happen, and I was laying down, and my mom was talking to me in my sleep. We had the best conversation, and then she told me, oh no, it was my hairdresser, and she told me I can't stay. I have to go. I can't stay here. And I'm like, well, how wonderful to have your mother visit you in your dream and have it feel like that, right? So in the membership, we have so much stuff in the membership, but we have like classes and all that stuff. But as a shaman, I love to do guided shamanic journeys. And one of my I need to do one tonight. One of my favorites that's in the membership recorded is Park Bench. And I know a couple of people in the chat have done the Park Bench meditation and journey because trying to understand that. What the Park Bench does, and shamanic journey kind of pulls you into that whole. I have the squirt bottle. I swear to God, I have the squirt bottle. Stop. It pulls you into all of your senses, to incorporate you into your senses. So when you step into meditation, it's not just meditation. It is, you're there. You feel it. You can hear the birds, see the birds, feel the breeze, touch the grass, all those things. Might even be time to go again. Yeah, it's a great, and all those meditations, I am just the facilitator. I'm just the mouthpiece. They're all done by Metatron, right? So I never know where we're going when we start one. But it is sitting outside of the gates of life between lives, heaven, life between lives, whatever you want to call it. And you ask a loved one, you have a squirt bottle for your cat. This is for the basset down. You ask your loved one to come out and sit with you. The first time I did this is when it really anchored that faith for me. It changed my belief. It changed my awareness from this to this. When my grandma sat next to me, next to a pond that had geese in it. I don't know why the geese are important. And we sat there and we chatted. And I come back feeling like my grandma was there. I knew my grandma was there. And it changed everything for me. It changed everything for me. My life shifted gears at that moment. It was what we call 2x4 therapy. Not in a bad way. But it changed everything for me, where I went, you know what? I believe I'm not alone now. I have faith that I'm not alone. We had a girl in the store yesterday that was very young and 15, 16, and last week tried to unalive herself. Her mother was very open talking about it with her in the store. And I said to her, I've been where you've been. Go away. But then I realized, hi, Tanya, I miss you too. I've not been on very much lately. It's just been a tumultuous month. But then I realized how alone I wasn't. We can go along feeling like we're alone in life, or we can start to look deeper. And unfortunately now, when someone gets depressed, they don't say meditate. They say take this pill. And of course, there's moments where pills are necessary, right? But when we turn inward, this is not where I anticipated any of this going this morning. But when we turn inward and we can connect and we can touch with that loved one and smell that loved one's perfume, or did grandma eat peppermints, or, we get that connection again to the other side. That's a piece of our soul family. It's not like I visited a ghost, okay? That is a piece of our soul family. Talk about helping you bring in completeness, that feeling of completeness. And I really do believe that's why when we do something like that, when we sit with a medium, or we sit with our loved ones, and we sit in our power with that space, and we come back and we go, I feel so much better. It's because we've touched on our soul family. Good morning, Teresa Gibbs. Good morning, Laura, Katrina, Renee. It's because we've touched on our soul family. Anybody on here have that, holy shit, I've touched on my soul family? Like you've had that visitation in the middle of the night and you know it. You know it because you know that person's energy. You know it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful because it helps us feel complete, grounded, centered. And the last card that I have here is flexibility. And I'm supposed to read it. Gently flow through the turbulence. Life has the ability to shape you. Bend, don't break. Come on, computer, you can do this. There you go. When we take that lack of awareness that's been trained into us. We take that lack of awareness and we turn it into awareness. That's flexibility. When we shift our paradigm of belief, that is flexibility. When we become aware that we are not alone, that's flexibility. And you know why? Because we are able to do that. We are allowed to do that. Our soul comes here for the purpose of change. Absolutely 100% every day and every way. It comes here for the sole purpose of change. How do I know that? How do you know that? Let's see. What are your guys' answers? How do you know that we come here for the sole purpose of change? I shall give you time. While I'm giving you time, I have my calendar right here. Tonight is Isis's practice, you guys. Isis's practice is in the My Mystical Life membership. I think I'm going to up the ante tonight on prizes, and I'll message Isis on this. No one in my family would talk about this stuff. My mother-in-law, Deborah, that's a great point. My mother-in-law, when she was much, much younger, went to her parents and said, you know what? Oh, you had to cancel it. Isis, okay, I'm glad to know that because I didn't put the post out yet, and I will put an announcement out. Okay. But remind me, and I'll up the ante on the next. I'll up the ante on the next one. See that? It just left me. Shit. So my mother-in-law went to her parents and said, wonder if God was an alien. And they promptly threw her out of the house and didn't talk to her for months. She was out of her house anyways, but I mean, she was just went home to visit, and they threw her out. I thought it was to get closer to God in every lifetime. That's why we reincarnate until we finally get there. So the soul, okay, there's so many different beliefs, and I'm not saying that's not the right one, right? That's what we teach in the membership. Everybody has their own belief system. Everybody has their own way of doing things, and everything is just the way it should be for that individual. But the way I see when I step into, because I work a lot in the Akashic Halls, and the patterns that I see in the Akashic Halls are, good morning, Crystal. Good morning. Good morning, Angela. When I step into the Akashic Halls, what I see is people working to resolve hiccups in their soul path. So you may have somebody that in one lifetime was, here's one. And I have actually run across Not Jack the Ripper. I will say I've never run across Jack the Ripper, thank God. But I have run across victims of very brutal crimes from that time period. Okay. Not Jack the Ripper, possibly a victim of his. I'm not sure. I'm not sticking a pin in it. But this person died this horrible, gruesome death and was in the victim mentality in that lifetime. Okay. Victim mentality. So let's say just gave him a fear of knives, whatever. The next lifetime, they decide to maybe dig deeper into that and become a victim again. There comes a time when your soul goes, hey, I have to balance this out. And then they become the aggressor to figure out what the victim mentality felt like. And so they start to bring balance. And every time you bring balance into a lifetimes, it goes up a little bit more every time. Good morning, MZ Shanna. Every time that you find balance, you level up a little bit. So we're always looking for balance. And that is why things like shadow work and mirror work and things like that are important, because we can go, okay, this is the thing that I'm shying away from, or this is the thing that irritates me, it pisses me off, or whatever about somebody else. And why does it? And we start to dig deep on that, right? So we can see what the problem is. Good morning, John. And start to bring ourselves some balance. Why do I have a problem with that? Maybe you need to step into the Akashic Halls and figure out why this is an issue. Easy. And then dig deep into it and let it go. Don't wallow in it. Don't keep revisiting it, and just let it go. That's the problem. A lot of people just get in there like, oh, but in this lifetime, I was killed by Jack the Ripper and I just can't get past that. Here's a mind blower. Everything's happening all at the same time. So is it past life? Is it happening right now? Anyways, we won't go into that right now. But please be flexible. Be flexible in what you believe. And Angela says, yeah, I agree with that. And every time we level up, we're getting closer to divine source. We're getting closer to that moment. And here's another one. Here's a mind bender, Angela. Did you know that you can get to a certain level? So we are obligated as souls to learn, right? We're obligated as souls to learn in life between lives. We get back to life between lives, and they'll give us time, and we regenerate because Earth is hard, and we regenerate for a while, and we get our soul feeling good again, right? Tanya, have a wonderful day. We need to have a chat. And your soul's feeling good, and your guides go, guess what? It's time. Let me invite you to not be here anymore, but to go pick another life, right? There's my husband. So then it's time again to go pick another life. You go pick your brain, your body, your family, or who's going to help you with lessons and all those things, right? And you jump back into the mortal human meat suit. There's degrees though. So after you've learned enough lessons, and this is a long time, okay? After you've learned enough lessons, they can come up to you and say, hey, would you like to do a life? And you have the ability to say, you know what, I really have learned a lot. I think I'm going to hang back this time, and I'm going to maybe be an assistant for somebody else, or I would like to try, maybe dabble in a little bit of guide work, stuff like that. You have that option. It's not like bing, 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 zing, and you're just gone. There's levels and degrees of what you learn and how you go about it that prepare you. So it's not just a zing, you're on a council, or you're doing things like that. So how interesting is that? And I don't, and I'm just going to throw this out there because it kind of come up while I was talking about this. One of the ways we do that is by when you have children that don't make it into the human existence. So whether it be intentional miscarriage, abortion, or if it is the baby didn't make it, right? You had a miscarriage or something, there was a complication. Those children really fill that upper echelon of returning guides to come back and help people and live, or not live, but exist to be of assistance. Think of it as a management structure. Absolutely, right, Sam? Absolutely. It's just, Katrina, I have no answer for that. I have no answer for that. I have no answer for why it's going that way. Maybe you had very, very, very healthy lifetimes, and this is just working on the other side of that coin. Anyhow, be flexible in your faith and your awareness. Be flexible enough to look at things and say, you know what? Maybe that has a deeper meaning. It's all available to us. All this information is available to us. We just have to have the curiosity to look it up, to look into it. Not look it up because you're not going to find it in very many textbooks, are you? I've never seen an Encyclopedia Britannica with the management structure of life between lives. Matter of fact, does anybody have an Encyclopedia Britannica anymore? We actually have the full volume. It was my grandma's, and it needs to come out of the upstairs. Anyhow, not you know then who. Right. So, all right, can I get a whoop whoop in the room real quick? Whoop whoop. Oh my God, Lisa. You might need a pacemaker. Yeah. Let's not do that again, okay? You're living your best life. Let's not do that. Let's not. Sam says, also there's an aspect to our current incarnations. Perhaps we are not just here to learn our lessons, but to be part of someone else's life lessons. And that is totally correct as well, right? So we come in as assistants to, we have fortes that we might be, somebody else's lesson. So the people that love us the most are the hardest on us. They give us the most problems. The people that we dislike the most probably love us the most on the other side, because they're like, you are going to be so aggravated with me. I love this job. Scariest thing ever to wake on a table with doctors standing over you. I cannot imagine, Lisa. Ugh. Darcy, hi, how are you? Okay. That's how I feel about that. Okay. Okay, here we go. MC Shanna, I wanted to pull out of that deck, but I'm not going to, because my guides say you need something a little bit more than that. Good morning, Trudy. Here we go. MC Shanna. How many people on here are My Mystical Life members? Can I get a shout out? Can I get a shout out? So we have the cruise. We have the cruise coming up in December. So if you don't have your down payment down on the cruise, you can still do that. You can put a $250 deposit down. And we are going to have so much damn fun. It's not even funny. I'm one of the speakers on the cruise, so that is going to be a blast. I get to do 3 presentations. I'll be talking about psychic development and how everybody is an intuitive and we just need to be more aware, right? And then the next class is going to be on using energy work to use your intuitive skills. And then the third class is going to be on shamanic journey, and I will lead a shamanic journey. And then we have something like 15 other teachers, 20 other teachers. I'm not quite sure. I have to look at it. So we have a lot of fun things that are going to be happening. Hey, Lisa Marie. Good morning. So we have Jansen, my Mystical Life members. We have Jansen, Lisa Phillips. Lisa Phillips has been on forever. Laura Burris. I'm looking. Trudy Gale. Let's see. Kelly Lavoie, Meredith. You want to be a warrior? Beth Fry, good morning. Katrina, Isis, Sam Fry. Okay, Lori's a member. Okay. Mary, meet Amanda. Mary, meet. Okay, this is for MC Shane. Shane, are you still here? Yeah, I am live right now, honey. I'm live right now. Making sure I'm not missing something. Okay. Oh, yeah. Good idea, honey. Okay. All right, here we are. I'm sorry, MC Shayna. You're getting tarot cards this morning, and that's not really a bad thing. It's just they decide it's about is it a fluffy message or not? That's the answer. Wow, what are you doing with money? MC Shayna, what are you doing with money? You need to have more fun with money, actually, is what I'm seeing here. There's a lot of hard work. There's all the things that go that, but you need to lay off on the serious thoughts about money. You need to, money, what is it? Money flows where your thoughts go. Is that how it goes? Somebody will correct me on this. But it is, have fun. Don't be so critical on yourself about money. So the first one I have here is the Four of Pentacles. It's talking about saving and having a hard time doing so, but it's also about the quality of things you're doing. Make sure you're having a good time. You don't have to spend a lot of money to have fun, but you need to bring some more joy into your life. And when you do that, money will just start flowing in. No, Mr. Fry's like, I have returned. That is a big deal. That's a big thing. So do something that you enjoy to bring that money in. And once you figure out what it is, don't stop. Once you figure out what it is, don't stop. Just because maybe it doesn't feel like you're making enough money soon enough. Okay. Money is going to come in. And it's going to bring in a lot of prosperity, bounty. It's going to bring in a joyful energy. That's how you start it. You go to work and you be like, you know what? I don't care if anybody else is having a bad day. I'm not having a bad day. It's going to be a great day. And you're just going to start having fun. Hey, Beth, Mr. Fry is, yeah, we all had the flu run through here this past week. It's been fun. But we're all better. So bring in some joy, have a good time bringing in money. And here's what happens. Here's that last card. When you start doing that, everything goes full circle. Everything goes full circle. And you go, holy crap. There it is. Watch The Secret. Watch The Secret. Good morning, Nancy. Watch The Secret online. I think it's on. Does anybody know where The Secret is right now? Hi, Nikki. There is no list. I call for people to comment, and then I pick from that as to who my guides want me to read for. Guides. I think I hurt my shoulder. It hurts to pick stuff up. Like my coffee cup hurts. Either that. Second to my husband, my brother is like this really close energy to me, right? We don't talk all the time, and we are oil and water. But on this lifetime, it's just a thing, like very, very closely tied to this gentleman. Go figure. And he has a torn rotator cuff. And I tried calling him last night, and he didn't have time to talk to me. And directly after I tried that to call him, my shoulder started hurting. And I'm like, he's not taking care of himself. It's still free on YouTube, and it's on Prime. So watch The Secret. If you guys haven't watched The Secret, I don't care who's watching this. If you haven't watched The Secret, go watch The Secret. And I'm not talking about the one where the hurricane blows in. Okay? I'm talking about the one that is boring to start with. That horrible intro with Egypt and stuff. I've heard that people are like energetically struggling. Is there big solar flares? Good morning, Billy Ann. Billy Ann, Renee Hess was wondering, because we're going to be in this Tinley Park, Chicago area. And she was wondering, did we want to do dinner one evening? Anybody in the area that wanted to sit down and do dinner? She was wondering if we could set something like that up. You love the intro, Isis? It almost lost me. I was like, I don't know. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room? Let's see who's next. The flares are affecting people. Yeah, get with Renee on that, because we're going to be there. We're going to be there in Tinley Park at the expo. Friday night setting up, and then we have the booth on Saturday and Sunday. So you guys said that I can't right now. Okay. If I take on one more thing, I might melt. And I'm arranging things so that I'm not melting, but I'm having technical difficulties with something. June 1st and 2nd, I think that's it, honey. Okay. Becky Fox. Becky, I just want to talk about some change that you have coming into life. And this is the weirdest way to put this. Holy crap. Why are we doing that? So they show me that you're shifting gears, and it's really dramatic. It's going to be dramatic. So it's not going to be like painful or anything. It's just going to be, they're showing, they actually show me a gear shifter, like an old time pickup truck, grinding gears to find them. And they're saying it's okay to struggle. Just checking. I have not invoiced you, Billy Ann. I totally forgot. And I'll do it when I get to the shop. I hit the ground running, man. But first of all, is she still here? Becky Fox, are you still here? Good morning, beautiful people. Monday's class is, we don't know what it is yet. It's supposed to be Mr. Fry, so I am not quite sure if he has an idea for what class should be about. But tonight was supposed to be practice. Practice has been canceled. So not a problem. It'll be back next month with the beautiful, stunning Isis. Okay. She is here. Okay, Becky Fox. So they're showing me this old time pickup truck. And I don't know why it's important, but that's the way they want to show. That's how they want to represent this to you. I don't know if you had a past loved one that had one of these old grindy pickup trucks. Reminds me of a farm truck. It would have been maybe related to somebody that tilled the ground, something like that. Had a large garden, something that would stir a memory around that. But they're showing this pickup truck just kind of working through those gears, and they're showing going from second to third. They're showing going from second to third, and it's between third and fourth that's got the grind to it. So like you're getting into the home stretch, but there's some things that are just feeling like they suck, and it's okay to have that, oh my God, this sucks feeling. But you just know that once you get into that, once you get past this next obstacle that you have coming up, if you don't know what it is yet, it's okay. It's all right. We don't have to know everything right now. Matter of fact, who wants to know everything right now? But they're saying once you can start getting past what you think might be a problem, smooth sailing. Smooth sailing. And what does this mean? What are we talking about here? I do know that also you are very, good morning, Kara. I also know that you are very carried by Ezekiel. He calls himself Ezekiel for me. I don't know why, but and this is the archangel that works with dramatic change. Dramatic change. So you are not alone in this whatsoever. And Archangel Michael's there too. So you have a lot of angel connection, whether you realize it or not. And when it comes to making choices, oh, look, see, it hurts to pick that arm up. When it comes to making choices, you got this. I mean, look at that. Here, they're talking about choices. They're talking about choices. What do? Do we do the right thing, or do we do the thing that brings us prosperity? This is both those cards. I'm supposed to be here. I don't see this one very often. Make sure. Oh, I get to see this card very often at all. Matter of fact, I just don't. That's such a crazy card. Don't burn down your own house because you want something. You have to think about things practically, is what they're saying. Be practical, and you've got this. You're good. You feeling a little special already, Kara? Me too. Stop fighting the things in life that don't serve you. Just let them go, Becky. Just let them go. Stay out of other people's circuses. I hope that's helpful. You don't need anybody else's monkeys. Monkeys bite. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning. Rose. Oh, God. Why does that hurt so bad? Rose, man. You have, Rose, a lot of skills that you're not using. And I'm assuming you're one of those people that people just walk up to and tell their stuff to. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and grounding properly. I'm glad that helps, Becky. Rose, also very clairvoyant. I don't know if you work intuitively or not, but your sense of imagination is great, so you can create visualizations. And they also call you a master manifester. Use those things together. Use your powers for good. No, you'll never hear me call psychic skills powers, ever. If you do, call my husband to be like, what's wrong with her? Not your circus, not your monkeys, not your problem. Right. We don't have superpowers, y'all. Everybody is an intuitive. Everybody. So if you could have one Claire, you guys, what would it be? No, scratch that. Scratch that. What's your Claire? What's your Claire? If you could speak to the other side, which you can, what is your Claire? And by Claire, I mean clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant, clairgustant, clairalient. Gustant is tasting. Alien is smelling. Cognizant is aware, knowing. Sentient is feeling. Good morning. Good morning. Billy-Ann, just a knowing. Just a knowing. Mm-hmm. Notice the lack of comment. And remember when we started this today? Did you see the squirt bottle? We started this today talking about awareness. Go Muggle, baby. It's the thing is, a lot of us are not really sure. And there's a lot of and this is a good group of people, right? A lot of people. I don't want to call myself clairvoyant, clairaudient. It sounds like a brag, right? It sounds like a brag. I'm this. How often do we go, I'm this, and feel great about it? Like, I'm this. And there's a difference between ego and identifying, you guys. Huge difference between ego and identifying. Because when we claim that identifying, that identity, then we start to really step into it and we develop it more. Ooh, that's good. My guides are on fire. They're on fire this morning. So it's okay to identify as clairvoyant, clairsentient. It's perfect. I need to write that down. Because each of us is different, and you're going to have more than one probably, and you're going to develop one, and then another one will pop up, and because it's always going to change a little bit. But my point here is this: pay attention, be aware, figure out what it is. You did, Rose. You're going to have to go back and listen to it. I don't even remember what I told you now. So it's about understanding that we are more than what we're told we are, being aware that we're told more than what we were told we were, right? You wish it was stronger, though. Don't wish it, make it, Meredith. Just pay attention. Be surprised what happens when we start to do that. So pay attention to your clair. Even get on the page and pop it in there and be like, hi. Give your identity statement for your clair today in the group, and be like, this is who I am. One of the hardest things we do, and this sounds really weird, because we talk about this in the membership in the classes. Everybody asked for a class on business aspect of working intuitively. They didn't understand or something. So when they asked for that, we taught a month-long segment on the business aspect of working intuitively. And what happened is maybe we started out with 20 people in a class. And then the second class, we might have had 15. And by the third class, we might have had 10, 5. And there's so much more to this whole thing, like this. There's a lot to this. And one of the things that we really, really lost people on when it come to this was write your bio. Write your bio. How many people on here have written their professional bio? And I'm not talking Chat GPT either. Sit down and write your bio. Claim what you are. It's very difficult. It's difficult because we're taught not to brag. We're not taught not to talk about ourselves. It's difficult to do. It's hard. It's hard. A lot of people are like, damn, that's a hard thing to do. I get it. So, but claim it. Claim who you are. Claim what you do. Write down 5 things about yourself, just 5 facts. 5 facts and center around it. Yeah. Meredith's like, I started it. And then it was like, ugh. It's hard. A lot of emotions go up. Yeah. Write it like a resume. Yeah, it can be difficult to write about yourself, or ask somebody else to write it for you. Give them the facts and have them write it for you, and then you can go back and tweak it, because they're going to give you their aspect. You have to put your own aspect in there, but they're going to tell you how you're seen, how you're viewed. Mash it up. Anyhow, Lilac Festival is Saturday, and of course it's supposed to rain, which is no big deal. Okay. I got on here for something, and that's how quickly I scrolled. Oh shoot, what did I just do? No. Okay, there we are. I hit a button. That's right. You guys should just get on there and ask each other to write bios for you, like post it and be like, hey, and don't just have one bio, have other people write bios. It'd be a great idea. I got on here. I was looking at the weather for Saturday. Saturday, it's not going to be too bad. A little bit, maybe, but whatever. Okay, I've got to go. And hey, there's Heather. Yes, it's rainy here in northwest Ohio too, Laura. It is rainy. I'm not liking it. It's okay. It brings in the flowers, right? I did get the lawn mowed. That was important. And now I'm working on flower beds. Okay. Well, safe travels going back home, Katrina. Absolutely. All right, you guys, I am going to head out of here so I can go to work. I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon. Find light, find love, find joy, feel divine. Because you are, right? Let's change the belief of I'm just me to I am a divine individual. I am a soul walking in a meat suit. And if Mr. Fry were here, he would say, may the light be with you always. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye.